Guys, why is it that us women, we have a lot of problems? We like a guy, we don't want to let him know how we feel, and then when we don't want to date the guy and some other girl is dating the guy, we get all up in our feelings, we get crazy. Like, guys, that was literally what was going on tonight's episode of the BBNaija pepperdemgang reunion show. Guys, my verdict is Diane needs self-evaluation. She needs a shrink. She needs to always like have appointments with a therapist, you know, to teach her and put her through the process of handling her emotions. Because guys, what I heard on the show today and what I saw, it was just simply hilarious. Let's jump into the video. You're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is BBNaija and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. So guys, on tonight's episode, guys, a lot of juicy details were spilled again. And guys, remember the last time I did a YouTube live talking about BBNaija reunion show, I said that I was looking forward to Ebuka asking questions about Mike and Jackye. He did that tonight, but he did not do it in details. Why do I have the feeling that Ebuka is always trying to protect Mike from the show? He did that in the house and now he's doing it on the reunion show again. I'm going to give Ebuka till the end of this week and see if there was any recording whatsoever, if he asked questions in-depthly about the Mike and Jackye situation. Because guys, from what I saw again tonight, Ebuka is very protective of Mike's image, so he wouldn't want to ask any question that's going to sort of like taint Mike's image in any way. But anyways guys, the show started today, still on the ELO and Diane's matter. So guys, finally Diane was able to mention Mawuli. I'm sorry guys, I'm looking for the guy's name. Mawuli. Mawuli, yeah, she was finally able to mention the guy's name. But then what I don't understand is why she's being very protective of this guy. I feel like, okay, fine, she has a deep crush on this guy. And guys, I saw a receipt today online. No, somebody tagged me on the receipt. Diane has been crushing on this guy since 2018 or even before that. Yeah, somebody put out a screenshot on Twitter of Diane commenting under the guy's photo, and I'm like, wow, this crush is really deep. But then there's no harm in somebody having a crush, but then I feel like it depends on how she handled it, you know, dragging ELO into all her business and into all her mess, you know. I feel like that's what actually eating ELO up. So today the show started, you know. Yesterday Diane walked out from the set, and then today we started the show with Jackye, Kim and Frodd going to bring her back into the living room. And then Ebuka said that didn't the name come up in the house, so it's not like he's actually snitching on Diane or actually breaking the silence. And all the housemates said yes, that the name actually came up in the house, you know. So Diane said that outside the house she did something, she did ELO a favor, that she actually explains to ELO about everything that was going on between herself and this Mawuli guy, and ELO accepted that it was okay with everything, you know. And then Diane also said that ELO opened a WhatsApp group, you know, with two other girls that she doesn't know, and then they were saying nasty things about her, you know. She also said that ELO said that he and Diane had this particular conversation in December, right? They had a conversation. Guys, let me not lie to you, you see this part of the gist there, it was quite confusing because Diane and ELO kept on speaking in the I said something to you and you went and said this thing to another person, and the person now said the other thing to this person. How could you do such a thing to me? At some point, guys, let me lie to you, I was lost because I was like, can you just freaking use names? People are confusing the viewers. Say something that we will understand which one is I said this thing to this person and that person. Anyways guys, finally Diane now said, oh, this is what happened. They went for a party, and what even happened, she went with her friend, and ELO was like, no, that is not the actual version. You are giving us the abridged version of what happened, you know. So this is what actually happened. ELO said that their current situation, it started at the BBNaija final event. The day that Mercy was declared the winner, they had an after party with all the housemates. So that very day, Diane came to him, you know, while Mercy was being declared the winner on stage. Diane came to him and said to him that, look, oh, it's not like I'm doing a favor or anything. I just want to tell you that Mawuli finally reached out to me. That was what Diane told ELO. And ELO was like, okay, I don't understand why you're telling me this, but it's fine, it's okay, you know. And then on the way to the party, according to ELO, both he and Diane were inside a car, and then Diane received the call, and she was flirting with the person. She was laughing, she was having fun on the phone call with the person, and she was like, won't you come, oh yeah, come now, come to the party now. She was telling the person the location of the party, the person should come. And then at the party, according to ELO, Diane was there in person, but she wasn't actually present because she was engrossed on her phone. She kept on texting and chatting with somebody. And before he knew it, lo and behold, this Mawuli guy shows up. And now when the guy showed up, the guy came straight to him and Diane. Now, ELO said that he had already known this guy, you know, before he even knew Diane. So he had already known this guy. They probably must have worked together, who knows, you know. So because of the relationship he has with the guy took his cup of drink, drank from it, dropped it down, spoke to ELO, and then the guy left. And then before he knew it, you know, after the party, Diane left with the Mawuli guy. So he went outside and he was looking for Diane. He couldn't find her, and then he called her on the phone and asked her, where are you? I'm actually looking for you. And then Diane was like, oh, I'm coming, I was looking for you, I didn't see you, where were you? And he was like, but I'm outside, I'm looking for you, I couldn't find you, you know. And then Diane was like, I'll call you back. And that was how she ended the call and left with the guy. So ELO was like, he was very, very upset. He was very, very livid with anger. He was pissed because he felt like, why does this girl always treat me this way, even when I try my best to make her feel good about herself, even though I try all my best, you know, to make her happy, you know. So he said he went back to the hotel, and when he got there, he was very upset, you know. So he saw a friend of his, a mutual friend of his, and Isilomo. He was looking for somebody to talk to vent. So he went to Isilomo's room. He saw that girl and he called the girl, can you talk? The girl said yes. So he and the girl, they went back to his room, and then he was venting to the girl, upset. So at the time he had gone back to the hotel, Diane was at the hotel, you know, so he didn't talk to her. So while he was in his room talking to this girl, Diane now came knocking on his door, and then she said she wanted to talk. And for him, he was like, I don't want to talk right now, you know. So Diane was like, do you have company? She said, yeah. ELO said yes, he had company, you know. So Diane was like, who is that? And ELO was like, I have company, guys. According to ELO, Diane forced her way into the room to go and see who was inside the room, and then she left, you know. So ELO was very, very upset. So guys, this is my thoughts. So Diane has been having a crush on this Mawuli guy. They possibly must have had jobs to do together in the past before her going into BBNaija show. Now the question is that I have, and guys, please help me to answer this question. Why didn't this guy indicate any interest in Diane all this while that she has been having interest on him, or interest in him, that she has been crushing on him? Why is it that the day that the BBNaija show ended, that was the day that the guy finally reached out to her? And then Diane decided to give all her attention to this guy, other than Elozonam, who had been keeping her company inside the house. Because guys, remember, while in the house, Diane had interest in Jeff, and then she said Jeff was like a father to her. And then she had interest in Sadi. Sadi had a girlfriend outside. Then she said Sadi was like a brother. And then she had interest in Tuoyo, and then she said Tuoyo was evicted, so she couldn't pursue any interest with him. And then Elozonam comes into the house. Oh, from saying Elozonam is short, he's fair, I don't like short fair guys, I like dark skinned guys with very, very good physiques, she started having some sort of emotional connection with Elozonam. And then she brought the name of Mawuli into the house, into the picture. Oh, I have this person I have a crush with on outside the house, and blah blah blah. So the question now is, what is all this thing? If you don't want to be with this guy, why don't you just tell this guy, listen, this thing will not work out between both of us, let's go our separate ways? Why do you keep hanging out with this guy and making him feel less of himself? And guys, let me not lie to you, I am very, very disappointed in Elozonam, because I cannot believe that for a guy who is over 30, you would allow a girl to be fiddling with your emotions like that. She's told you that she has a crush. And if there's anything I know about women, guys, listen, there's anything I know about women, when women have a crush on another guy, there's nothing you can do in this life that's going to take away her mind. The only thing that's going to take away her mind from that crush is if that crush messes up. But trust me, once a woman has a crush on another man, it will be very, very difficult for another different man to come and take away her attention from that person she has a crush on already. You know, and I feel like that's what's going on between ELO and Diane, you know. But on the show today, Diane was just flaring up, she was getting upset. ELO, both of them were just arguing, and I'm like, gosh, this thing has become very toxic. Both of you are not meant for each other. Go your separate ways. Like, you guys can work together, do projects together, but dating, no freaking way. It will not work. Like, the only way it's gonna work is if Diane gets over her crush. But as long as she still has that guy in mind and they're still seeing each other, then I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen, right? So Ebuka asked a question. He asked ELO if, okay, he asked Diane if the relationship between her and ELO would have worked out if there was no other distraction, and she accepted that yes, there were distractions. And then Ebuka also asked ELO if he agrees to overreacting to situations, and if he agrees that it was his overreacting to things that Diane does that actually caused the relationship not to work out. And he said, to the best of his knowledge, it's going to be fair to himself that things did not work out, not because of the way he was reacting, but because of the things that Diane was doing to him. And he said that he made a sound decision not to pursue his interest with Diane any further because he had seen that it was leading to nowhere, right? So guys, now we know why ELO and Diane are always at loggerheads, you know, for the past 2 days now on the show. It's all out there. Anyways guys, that was when Ebuka decided to talk about Jackye and Mike. So he asked Ike if he thinks that Jackye liked anyone in the house, and Ike said that no, for people like Jackye, Diane and Kimopra, that they were really uptight, they didn't really have feelings to give to people in the house, you know, and because Jackye was always talking about her boyfriend and her AI thingy, you know, there was no room for any of that. So Ebuka asked him, what about Mike? Because there was this narrative that was being pursued outside and inside the house, that there was something going on between both of them. And Ike said that no, that what he felt was like they were just friends, you know, very close friends, like that, like a brother and sister relationship. But when Ebuka asked that question, the rest of the housemates were shouting yes, that there was something between Jackye and Mike. So guys, why the hell didn't Ebuka pursue that consensus response from the housemates? Because I don't get it. Why is Ebuka exposing everybody but choosing to cover up for Mike? Why? Anyways guys, Ebuka further asked Frodd, because Frodd was one of the people that said vocally that there was a relationship, felt like there was feelings between Mike and Jackye. So Ebuka asked Frodd, and Frodd said that Jackye liked Mike, yeah, and whenever that Jackye actually liked Mike, because when in the house there were kinds of feelings and stuffs going on in the house. It was very obvious. People could see it, people could feel it. Jackye was always with Mike, you know. And Ebuka now asked Jackye that, look, that in the house you are one of those people that went on and on about your boyfriend, about your AI thingy. In fact, your boyfriend was almost like another housemate in the house, another invisible housemate in the house that people could not see, you know. So what was that about? And Jackye said that no, that boyfriend is her ex. In fact, she even said it when Frodd was even talking, that boyfriend is her ex. They're no longer together. I'm like, so this girl spent an entire season of Big Brother Naija talking about one guy. He even talked about how the guy was a womanizer, how the guy was always cheating on her, and how she was always going back on her, going back to the guy. And guys, in the house, let me not lie to you guys though, I was very irritated. Like from the day they came into the house as housemates, whenever there was an opportunity for everybody to talk about something, Jackye was constantly talking about the love of her life, her better half. That was what she always called the guy, her better half. Talking about the way she loved the guy, even told us that she was a virgin. She said so many things. At some point, when she brings up conversation about how the guy cheated on her, it sounded like she was always very defensive, as if she was trying to protect the guy from what people would say. And I'm like, why are you protecting this guy so much if you are the one literally bringing your dirty linen to public? You're bringing your relationship to national or international television, and you're always very defensive. What do you expect? Do you expect people to say, oh, your relationship is rosy and all of that? You know, so she was saying that, oh, that she always brought up a ex-boyfriend in the house in conversations because he was literally part of her growth and part of her success in her career, you know, and he has done a lot for her and to her, so she was always talking about him. So Ebuka said that, you know, why was she always vocal about him, that it felt like she was always defending him, she was always very defensive. And then Ebuka played a clip when she was having a conversation with Mike, Gedoni and Seyi about how the guy has been cheating on her, but she will always forgive him when he comes back to beg, and then they'll be telling her that it's not right, it's actually a toxic relationship for someone who is constantly womanizing and you continuously going back to him. And then she said that, well, that she was very vocal about her relationship, about the guy. It wasn't like she was being defensive about the boyfriend. It was because she went into a relationship at a very early stage, like she wasn't well equipped. In fact, she didn't really understand what cheating was until her boyfriend cheated on her. She didn't really get it until it happened to her. So she was always vocal about her relationships because she wanted to teach other women, other young girls out there, that relationship is not all rosy. She wanted to let them understand that there are realities to dating. It's not all a fairy tale, you know. So Ebuka said, well, why was she always defending him, you know? And she said that, well, because this is somebody that people are always saying that he's a womanizer, he's a bad person, but whenever he faltered, he always came back remorseful and always asking for a second chance. That what would she have done that she would always give him that second chance that he wanted, you know? So Ebuka asked Jackye that relating to BBNaija now, that did the relationship or did the breakup between she and her boyfriend, did it have anything to do with the fact that she went on the show? And she said no, that there were things that happened, she wouldn't want to talk about it. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what happened in tonight's episode. I think today is day 18, yeah? So this is what happened. These are all the things that happened in tonight's day 18 of BBNaija pepperdemgang reunion show. I'm gonna see you guys in tomorrow morning's video and tomorrow evening's video. Guys, tomorrow morning's video is going to put a smile on your face. It's gonna make you so happy. Watch out for tomorrow morning's video. You will thank me after watching tomorrow morning's video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing night's rest. Bye.